What's the word, YouTube? It's your boy Pzo Malone, and on this channel, you know Larry Bird has kind of been of a name and topic, so I wanted to get into another Larry Bird video. This one right here was requested by one of you guys. This is Larry Bird's most savage moments. I don't know how savage he's gonna get in this video, but I'm expecting something good. Let's get right into this reaction. Let's go.
A part of the reason why Larry Bird was called legend was his brilliance as a basketball player. The other part were his legendary and vicious trash-talking skills. Bird was a killer on the court. He had a foul mouth, and he wasn't afraid of anybody. This explosive combination gave birth to some of the most ruthless trash-talking stories in NBA history.
Tell me about
Here are the 10 best Larry Bird savage moments.
Let's get it. Let's get it then. Let's
1988 three-point shooting contest. The three-point shot in the NBA was first introduced in the 1979 NBA season, Larry's rookie year. 7 years later, at the 1986 All-Star Weekend in Dallas, the NBA brought the first official three-point shooting contest to the scene. Larry won it, and repeated next year at the All-Star Game in Seattle. In 1988, he was going for a three-peat in Chicago. Before the start of the contest, Bird entered the locker room, did not speak a word to the other competitors, and just took a good look at him.
I think I heard this story before, because he went back out there. Wait, the other 2 years he was in his warm-ups too? Because I definitely remember this year him being in his warm-ups, and everybody went crazy over that.
Which one of you is going to come in second. The room was filled with silence. Because they all knew what kind of a shooter Bird was.
Torture.
Of course, Larry would go on to win again, proving that he's the best shooter in the world. He won without taking off his tracksuit, famously raising his hand while the contest-clinching three was still in the air. Response to Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges was one of the best shooters in the 80s, and he competed in the three-point shooting contest with Larry each time Bird was participating. Larry won 3 times, and Craig finished second twice. When Hodges finally took home the title of the best three-point shooter at the All-Star Weekend in 1989, reporters asked him if the main reason for his victory was Bird's injury and non-participation. Craig said, "Larry knows where he can find me," and Bird replied, "I know where, at the end of the Chicago Bulls bench."
Nah, that's savage. Imagine one imagine. I want to put this into perspective for y'all right now. Imagine who can I compare him to? Giannis. Imagine Giannis in today's game telling some bum bro, I'll find you on the back of the bench. That will go viral today. Oh my God, nah, Larry Bird. Whoa, I didn't know you was talking like that. That's spicy. That's spicy.
Larry Bird was in the prime of his basketball brilliance in the 85-86 season when he led the Celtics to the title. They lost only
I'm liking Larry Bird more and
more
every day,
setting an NBA record with 50-1. The Portland Trail Blazers were the only team to defeat the Celtics at home in December, so they were a good bet to win in front of their crowd in February. Before the game, Bird surprised his teammates and journalists by saying that he would shoot all his shots with his left hand, except long jumpers. This was the last game of a long road trip, and Larry would always find new motivations and challenges to get through the monotonous grind of the regular season. In the game against Portland, he'd go on to have one of the most memorable games of his career. He hit a shot to send the game to overtime, and then hit a game winner in the OT. Bird finished the game with 47 points, with 14 rebounds and 11 assists.
How many points? Wait. How many points, bro, with only what?
Bird finished the game with 47 points, with 14 rebounds and 11 assists. He scored 22 points with his left hand out of sheer boredom and fun, which tells you how insanely good and confident this guy was.
Nah, for real.
White guys guarding him. Larry is not white. Larry is clear, said Bill Murray in Space Jam, while explaining Bird's ethnicity to Michael Jordan. Larry Bird had skills for days. He was thinking the game 3 moves in advance, and his jump shot was money. He was nimble at 6'9", but he wasn't by any means an athletic player. Bird suffered from WMCJ syndrome, which stands for White Men Can't Jump. He was aware of it. On one occasion, he called basketball a black man's game due to the natural ability and athleticism of African-American players.
That's a fact.
Because of that, he hated when the opposing teams would defend him with another white guy. Bird said that it was disrespectful to his greatness because he was dropping 30 and 40 on the most athletic players in the league. So if you put an unathletic white guy on him, that's barbecue chicken right there, in the trainer's lap. The highest scoring game in Larry Bird's career came in the 1986 season, in a game against Dominique Wilkins in the Atlanta Hawks. At the beginning of the first quarter, it was obvious that Larry is in the zone. He'd hit everything he threw to the basket, with the announcers repeatedly saying they were watching the greatest shooting exhibition in basketball history. Bird scored 60 on 61% shooting
Sheesh.
and 15 of 16 on free throws, hitting ridiculous shots over several players.
My God.
During the game, he suddenly said, "in the trainer's lap," to Hawks players, which meant he would try to make a three from the corner near the opposing bench. He got the ball, made the shot, and one Hawks player who tried to guard him tripped over and fell exactly into the trainer's lap, just like Bird predicted. The Hawks bench was
No!
they were laughing and high-fiving.
Nah. That's fake. How? How? Explain that to me. What? How, Larry? Mr. Legend?
Which meant he would try to make a three from the corner near the opposing bench.
No, that's not just all he meant.
During the game,
This man is
he suddenly said, "in the trainer's lap," to
Jeez.
Hawks players, which meant he would try to make a three from the corner near the opposing bench. He got the ball, made the shot, and one Hawks player who tried to guard him tripped over and fell exactly into the trainer's lap, just like Bird predicted. The Hawks bench was so amazed that they were laughing and high-fiving each other, totally perplexed by Bird's brilliance. After that, they were fined by their coach Mike Fratello for cheering on the opposing player, tormenting Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was one of the best defenders in NBA.
1-on-1. Hey, Larry Bird is the only person in history I've ever heard of the opposing bench getting fined because they cheered him on. That's greatness. That's greatness right there, isn't it? Like, come on, what?
Quick feet, long arms, and a motor that never shut down. He was a pest.
Oh yeah, Dennis Rodman was
never
annoying.
stopped guarding, provoking, and getting into everybody's
He like Draymond
face.
Green
He
today's
used to be
game.
a nightmare for scorers around the NBA.
On
However,
defense,
when he was
obviously.
just starting out, he needed to get some schooling from Bird. After Larry scored 4 consecutive shots over Rodman, he opened his mean mouth and started destroying Rodman. Bird started yelling at Rodman's coach, Chuck Daly. "Who's guarding me, Chuck? Is anyone guarding me? You better get someone on me, or I'm gonna go for 60." Even though Rodman was almost superglued to him in an effort to deny him the ball.
He said, y'all better get somebody to guard me. I'm not trying to pause too much. I'm sorry, but he has Dennis Rodman, one of the best defenders of all time on him. And he's saying, bro, y'all better get somebody out here to guard me. I'm finna drop 60 on y'all boys. I'm finna drop 60 on y'all. Like, what? Who says that?
Sarcastic best. "I'm open. Hurry up before they notice nobody is guarding me." Merry effing Christmas. 1990.
Merry
Larry Bird
effing
loved
Christmas.
to play against the Indiana Pacers, where he was always greeted as a king. It was where the hick from French Lick grew up, made his first basketball steps, and took Indiana State University to the 1979 NCAA Finals.
Bird was
And the game
from
Boston played
Indiana,
against the
Magic was from
Pacers played on
Michigan.
December 26, 1990, will forever be etched in memory of the Pacers shooting guard, Chuck "Rifleman" Person. Before the game,
I remember him.
Person
I heard
said
of
to the
him.
reporters, "Rifleman is in the building. I'm going bird hunting today." At
Ooh.
the tip-off, Bird replied to Person that he has a Christmas present waiting for him. While Chuck sat on a bench during the game, Bird received the ball in the corner and shot a three-pointer. As the ball was flying towards the basket, Bird turned to Person and said, "Merry effing Christmas."
Ooh.
The ball, of course, came in without touching the rim, torching the Suns'
Some
bench.
Steph Curry
The
type
best
stuff.
teams in the NBA often coast through the regular season and can lose their edge and focus when playing against mediocre opponents. In one game against the Phoenix Suns, the Celtics lost a double-digit lead and were trailing by 2 in the final seconds. The Celtics had the possession, and they could tie the game and go to overtime, or win it with a 3. Larry knew his Celtics
know what
shouldn't
Larry
be
finna
losing
do.
a game to the Suns, and he wanted to play no overtime.
You know
so
what
he went to
Larry
the
finna
Suns
do.
bench and told all the players and coaches what was about to happen.
No, he
yeah,
didn't.
I'm going to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm
Ain't
tired
no-
of this.
he ain't say that.
Unsurprisingly, he lived up to his word. As the ball was still in the air, he turned towards the Phoenix.
This fake. This fake, right? It's fake. Like, Larry didn't just say that, like, before he hit the game-winning three-pointer on y'all boys. He walked up to the coach and the whole bench and said, yeah, I'm gonna bust this 3. I need to go home. That's fake, right? It's fake. I don't believe it. It's fake. Fake. Larry Legend did that? Nah.
To happen. Yeah, I'm going to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this. Unsurprisingly,
It's fake.
he lived up to his word. As the ball was still in the air,
Don't
he
believe
turned
it.
towards the Phoenix bench and yelled, "Told you so," as the ball was going through the net.
He's
Calling his
savage.
shot against
He's
Xavier
savage.
McDaniel.
I ain't gonna lie, that boy's
Xavier
savage.
McDaniel was one of the most notorious NBA players in the 80s. And on the courts, he liked to get physical, like Olivia Newton-John. When he was playing for the Sonics and the Knicks, nobody was really messing with X-Man.
Yeah?
However, Bird was not afraid of a scuffle, and there are
course
multiple
not.
stories of Larry participating in bar fights during his NBA career. In a crowded Supersonics
Bar
arena,
fights?
Boston and Seattle played a close game tied just 10 seconds before the end.
That's Larry for
At that
you.
point, Celtics coach Casey Jones called a timeout, and Bird confidently told him to just give him the ball and and that the others moved the hell out of the way. On his way back to the floor, Larry said, "That's exactly where I'll get the ball."
Now y'all know. Hold on. We're gonna go over that quote in a second, but y'all know how they try to say like Jordan has that killer mentality, Kobe has that killer mentality. Why don't they ever talk about Larry Bird having that killer mentality? He seems like a demon. He's out there telling them boys where and when exactly he's going to hit and how he's going to take the game-winning shot. And then he does it. They can't stop it. How does that happen? How?
Back to the floor, Larry said, "That's exactly where I'll get the ball. And I'll score the game winner in your face." While X-Man replied,
"How?
I know you will get it there. I'm waiting for you." Bird received the ball right where he said he would and made a tough fadeaway shot. After Bird realized there were still 2 seconds left, he told McDaniel, "Damn, I didn't want to leave 2 seconds on the clock." While X-Man walked back to the Sonics bench in disbelief, tormenting a young Clyde Drexler. Before Clyde Drexler came into the NBA, he was one of the best players in college basketball, forming the famous Phi Slamma Jamma with Hakeem Olajuwon at the University of Houston. Drexler was selected by the Blazers with the 14th pick in the 1983 NBA draft. And even as a rookie, he was already one of the most athletic guys at his position. However, Bird wasn't impressed. When Drexler subbed in the game against the Celtics, he started guarding Bird. Larry smiled at him and mockingly said, "You can't stop me. You're a rookie. You don't know anything." He would proceed to hit jump shot after jump shot over Drexler before the Blazers coach had mercy on him and subbed him out, while Bird was laughing at Clyde on the way to the bench.
Wait, then he laughed at him just like I did, just like right now? Like, yeah, that's what I would do too. I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie, Bird. You are a demon, a savage. You are everything I didn't think you were. I have a lot of respect for you now, seeing that you were able to go up against, like you said, some of the most athletic talents in the NBA, and you were able to do as you pleased. You feel me? It was at your own will. You were able to do anything you wanted on that court, and I respect that, my boy. They don't talk about you as much as they need to. I heard that you saved the NBA. You along with Magic Johnson saved the NBA. And I respect that. I got a lot of respect for you, Larry Bird, so I got love for you. Let me know what y'all thought about this video. Was this a good video showing some savage moments of Larry Bird? Is there other savage moments that I haven't seen before? Y'all let me know down in the comments. I'll be in the comments with y'all. That's the end of this reaction, though, man. We have other reactions on this channel. We have more reactions to come in the future. If you guys could like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, that'd be good for me. And we out.